Sorry. Right when I was starting the video. Welcome back, my little nightmares. Me, Queen Nightmare. And I'm going to be reading to you the Creepypasta Fanfiction. I blanked. I was like, is this Snary, Dreary, or Creepypasta? It's Creepypasta. Also, the surprise won't happen until next week because we keep on getting interruptions. And it sucks. But, hey, whatever. Once I get a new computer, we will be able to record easier, which is probably going to be in the next 2 months. So hold on to your horses. Okay. Sorry. The person just answered my text. I want to recap. So they're in Zalgo's lair right now. Oh, they went to the right thing too. Okay, it's chapter 11. Ugh, I guess you're kind of cute. Kinda. Damn. I think you just shat all over my confidence kind of thing. And how many seconds is it? Okay, we're good. First 3 seconds, I have to say that it has to be limited to my videos. So, okay. Jeff's POV. After a shit ton of trouble, we finally managed to get Toby back. When we found him, he was, like, torturing Zalgo with his annoyingness. It was rather funny, actually. I saw running a hand through my hair, activating the portal again. Ben, wait! We all turn around. Smile begins growling, tackling the demon we see. Whoa, Smile, get off him! He's an old friend, Ben says, rushing Smile off the demon. Dude, I thought you were leaving. You weren't leaving. We're bros, remember? The familiar gray-haired demon exclaims. Well, this guy could be trouble. I quietly pulled my knife out, just in case. I needed to attack him quickly. I know, I did. And we're still bros, but I seriously need to go. These are my family, dude, and I can't abandon them. It's harder than it looks. Come with us. I stared at Ben, who was giving the demon a confident look, holding out his hand. Seriously? You'd just allow a demon like me to enter your realm? The demon asks. Now, by now, Smile and Toby were dawdled through the portal. Sure, man. I know I can trust you. Oh, Xavier, this is Jeff the Killer. Jeff, this is Xavier. I think he's already met him when he punched him in the gut, dude. Okay? Ben says the demon walked over to me. It was weird because he was about my height. I'd never really seen anyone exactly my height. Nice to meet ya, Xavier says, holding out a hand. I take his hand, shaking it slightly, making sure he knew I had my knife with me. Once he saw it, he gulped and walked back over to Ben. All right. It's either you guys want to fight off a million other demons, or we can go now, I say. Sounding impatient, Xavier looks at me, then at Ben, who smiles and nods. Dude, I can't. If I leave with you, I'd be betraying my creator. And he could kill me with a snap of his fingers. I'm happy you're happy. Now, you go. Now, go, you two douchebags, he says, pushing the two of us towards the portal. Ben seems distant, but I happily trot on. Come on, Ben. I'm not leaving without you. But I don't feel like dying anytime soon. I'm too beautiful to die, I say, grabbing his wrist. Nope, his hand. Well, this is awkward. He looks at me, his face slightly red. Mine was too. Okay. Ben says goodbye to his old friend for the millionth time. I groan and tug him through the portal shortly after it closed. Somehow I fall through the portal face planting. I groan, standing up, rubbing my head. Shit, that hurt, I mutter. I hear a small chuckle look behind me, seeing Ben staring at me, a huge grin on his face. I roll my eyes. He kind of looked adorable. Yep, I said it. I missed him. I'm not lying. I seriously don't know how I'd live without the mini midget in my life. Isn't he like the age of 12? Or 6? I don't remember. Sorry. I could have sworn that he died at the age of 12. But I could be wrong. Anyways, let's keep going. Dude, you have a little dirt on your face. Like, there, he mutters, pointing to his eyelid. Me, being an idiot at this time, places a finger on my eyelid, poking myself in the eye stupidly. I yelp, covering my eye. I glare at Ben, seeing him had the cutest smile ever on his face. I swear, I felt my face heat up like fuck. What? Like, how does... Wait, does... Now you're getting philosophical, and I can't... No. Not going there. I'm so gonna get your adorable little face back for that. I blush, more covering my mouth. Well, that wasn't supposed to blurt out from my big mouth. Cool, I know I'm adorable. I'm glad you think so, too, he says, walking past me with a confident strut. Meh. I didn't mean adorable. I meant, I got nothing. I mutter, rubbing the back of my neck. He then freezes and bursts out laughing, collapsing on the mansion's front porch. Sure, you didn't. In fact, Jeffy, I have taken a rather big liking to the adorable little smile of yours, too. I find it simply dazzling, darling. He managed to muster standing up again. I tilt my head, and he grins, looking at me. Fine. If you like my smile so much, why don't you just pull a move on me or something? I grin, walking past him, purposely pushing him slightly. Whatever you want, Jeff Chan. Oh! The cringe. I'm sorry if that sounded really loud. Oh, like that. I don't feel good. Ew. Gross. And the one thing I was not expecting was he fucking kissed me on my fucking cheek. I blushed wildly, looking at him in pure shock. He grins devilishly and runs into the mansion. I place a hand on my cheek, slowly walking into the mansion, forgetting doors exist, and walking right into the front door. I groan, rubbing my nose. Ha ha! You idiot! I peek through the doors, seeing Ben sat on the couch, staring back at me, 2 controllers in his hands. A random video game started up on the couch. I grin, jumping over to the couch, grabbing the controller. You're on, little man. I chuckle. He grins, and we begin battling it out. Of course, he uses his usual cheats and stuff, which annoyed me, which only brought him laughter. I grin in response. It was nice seeing him this happy. Bish, stop cheating! I yell. Ben sighs, pausing the game and falling sideways, hugging my waist. I blush, looking down at him. I wasn't cheating. You were just in deep thought. I'm not even lying. you looked like your world just paused. He mutters, closing his eyes. Why are all of these, all my stories are pretty much almost rated R. Dreary, snary's going into rated R stuff. This one is probably going to go into rated R stuff. I mean, the swearing, yeah, is almost as bad as, well, actually worse than John Wick. Okay, this is the first one, not the second one, or the third one. No, it was 2 and 3 combined, because the first one was way worse. With swearing, I mean. So, I don't get it. What is it with me picking stories that are almost rated R? I guess I like a mature audience to listen to my stories. Okay. He mutters, closing his eyes. Is there a reason you're doing that? I ask. He opens his eyes and grins evilly. Yep, 2 reasons, actually. 1, I'm tired. 2, you're warm. He mutters, closing his eyes again. I sigh, looking around. It was pretty late. I have no idea how long we were there for, but it was late now. Dude, this is kind of throwing me off my pushy and D-headed reputation. I'm tough, not soft, thank you. I say, poking his head. He groans, crawling onto my lap, leaning onto my chest, nuzzling his head. Yeah. So what? I'm tired, and you owe me for getting me drunk. And for bullying me, so you're gonna have to let me hug you, or I'll cry, he mutters, in a silently playful tone. I groan, leaning my head back, beginning to daydream. Ben's POV. Since I came back, it's all been a little awkward so far. Everything Jeff has said or done had been awkward, but that's what I find adorable about him. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the idea that I kind of sort of, maybe, almost, a little like him. When you have a crush on someone that absolutely hates you, you're like, I kind of sort of, maybe, kind of like him. I just want to know whether he's messing with me or he actually likes me back. Jeff, I mutter. He answers. Cliffhanger! Anyway, I thought it was about time I started making this an actual Jeff X Ben fanfic. So yeah, hopefully you guys agree with me. And people say, Xavier, whoa, you made me say no to leaving this hellhole. Author, I didn't want Jeff to have competition. Ben, but wouldn't it make it more interesting if there was a competition? You ain't rewriting the story. Fuck you. Ugh, no. Yeah, bitch Lloyd. Wait, that's from Markiplier, right? This is gonna be ass-basting bitch Lloyd. I showed that to my mom, and she just loves Markiplier because he's so adorable. She's like, oh, he's so adorable. And I'm like, great. I feel so stupid. I don't know how my thing stopped recording, but it did. And I read 2 chapters without recording it. So, great. Fun. And it was just getting spicy, too. Damn it. Chapter 12. Baths suck. Ben's POV. I look down slightly. Dude, spit it out, he mutters in a half-sleep tone. I wanted to thank you for knocking some sense into me, I muttered, changing what I really was going to say. Dude, it was boring without my mini-midget, so yeah. He mutters. I blush slightly. Your mini-midget? I ask with a large grin forming on my face. He looks at me and smirks. Of course, dude. My mini-midget. you're adorable, and since I saved your ass, I think I deserve a little bit of a reward. Like having a mini midget as a pet or something. He grins and I pout. I'm not cute or adorable, I mutter, burying my face into his chest. He sighs and grabs the controller, waving it in front of me. You gonna continue to play, or are you gonna let me kill you over and over and over again, and get a higher rank than you? He chuckles. I instantly grab the controller, turning towards the TV, but still leaning on his chest. You're on, smile child, I challenge. He smirks, grabbing a controller. Is it his POV? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Time skip. Okay. It's time for it's been about 3 hours, and I think it's early hours of the morning. No one really came down apart from Clocky, Toby, Masky, Hoodie, and Sally. But that's pretty much it. I got a shit ton of hellos and don't run away again. But I simply nodded and continued playing kicking Jeff's ass on the game. Playing Jeff's ass. Woo! Okay. Jeff's POV. Something's up. Ben seems a little distant, and I mean, he's happy and all, but he still seems a little off. I sigh, pausing the game and looking down at Ben. He seems fast asleep. I tilt my head, finding myself smiling like an idiot. He looked pretty cute when he was asleep. My brain is fucked up, pretty much. Ben, if you are tired, go to bed, I grumble, poking him. He groans, waving my hand off. I smirk and tug a few strands of my hair slightly. Not the hair, not my beautiful hair, he yells, jumping up. I burst out laughing. Once I had my little laughing fit, I looked at him to see him staring at me. A blank expression. His eyes doing that creepy no pupil thing. Go to hell, he mutters, his voice demonic and echoing slightly. I'll admit, he looked badass when he was trying to be scary, but he still wasn't scary. Dude, I'm already there. I grin, he sighs, his pupil returning his usual devilish gleam, returning too. Jeff, you woke me up, he whines, stomping his feet. I grin, jumping up. Aw, Benny Boo. If you don't know where that's from, watch Descendants. Benny boy, upset. Does he want Jeffy to take him to bed? I say, in a mocking tone. He grumbles and begins walking up the stairs. I smirk, running behind him, picking him up. Put me down, smile child! He yells, kicking and screaming, like a 4-year-old. I smirk, putting him on my shoulders. Of course, I'm gonna do things to annoy him, but keep him awake for one. Like keep him awake for one, and force him into a freezing cold bath for 2. Nope, I just realized you haven't showered or bathed in a week. I can't have my mini midget unhygienic. Now can I? I smirk. No! He yells, tugging my hair. Has he gotten weaker, or is that just me? Dude, this really isn't doing anything, I mutter. He soon gives up, going limp. I grin widely, walking into his room and into his bathroom. I was shocked to see it spotless. Does he even shower? I swear to gosh, this looks like a brand new unused bathroom. Dude, do you even shower? When was the last time you used this bathroom? I ask, looking in on the floor. Putting him in on the floor, he crosses his arms and pouts. I use a steamer for my body, and I brush my hair with sawdust. What? Okay. He grumbles. I tilt my head. Where the did he get a steamer from? I'd rather not know, actually. I sigh and roll my eyes. Starting the bath, I hear something fall, making me jump. I look behind me, seeing him stood there with a bottle in his hand. I give him a confused look and look behind him, seeing a few other bottles has fallen. What's that? I ask, taking the bottle. Duh, bubble bath, he says in a childish tone. I look at him, confused, but smile at all the same. He's so childish sometimes. Okay. Didn't expect you to even have washing supplies, but, I mutter, pouring some into the half-filled tub. I look back at him, seeing him sneak from the bathroom. I roll my eyes and grab the back of his shirt. Oh no. Oh no, where do you think you're going? I grin. He sighs and hanging his head, and then looking back at me. I was going to get some clothes, he mutters, trying to sound convincing, but failing badly. Sure, dude, I'll get your shit. Now, where is it? You keep your green tunic and shit, I mutter. I don't wear my green tunic and leggings. They don't suit me, he mutters, and I stare at him in disbelief. Has Trenderman got to him again? Am I really hearing this? Dude, it's your style. You look fucking adorable in it. It suits you. You suit it now. I have nothing against your emo kind of style, but seriously, I kind of miss seeing you in the tunic. I mutter, walking out. They need washing, he says, kind of panicked. Shit, he really doesn't get how cool he looks in his usual clothing, does he? All 17 need washing. I find that hard to believe, I mutter, crossing my arms. Smile has 2. Sally glitter bombed costed 3. Masky sorry, I have a brain. Masky costed 4. Toby stole and lost the other 8. Oh, okay. He says, that's only 17, right? So the other one would be in the wash. Okay. He says, really? He's so bad at lying. Sure, dude. I'll just go through your stuff until I find it. I grin, and he yells, running into the room. I swear, if he doesn't like wearing this tunic, why does he keep them? Dude, what's so bad about your damn tunic? I mutter. I got nothing. I just don't like them. They don't cover my arms, he mutters, gesturing to the scarred wrists. I sighed and think for a second. Tell you what, I'll get you something that helps cover your arms. But you still wear a tunic with it tomorrow. I don't want you in that jacket. It needs washing, so I'll lend you a hoodie. I say, you would lend me one of your hoodies? Your precious and white hoodies? Am I dreaming? He exclaims. I nod, turning off the bath and walking from the room. If he runs, I think I know all his hiding spots. Stay here, I mutter, walking out. I think I know somewhere I can get a long-sleeved gray shirt to go under his tunic. But I'll get it tomorrow. Isn't that like you have to talk to Lou about that? Because I thought Lou wore gray. Or Darklink. Doesn't like Darklink have a crush on Zelda? I thought he was obsessed with Zelda for some reason. Not because she's a princess, or I forgot if she was the queen or the princess. But he actually liked her or something. Chapter 13. I effing hate water. Ben's POV. Seriously, has someone brainwashed Jeff? Did I say Ben's POV? Yeah, I think so. The last time someone asked him to force me into a bath, he dropped me in the freezing cold water. Something's up, in a good way, of course. I'd like it to stay this way. All right, Ben. There's your clothes. There's your random shit I thought you might find interesting, and in you go. I'm in your room, so if you try and run, I'll catch you and drop you in the frickin' tub, he warns, and I gulp and nod, putting on the best smile I could. Okay. Okay, I mutter. He leaves the room, and I swear he locked the door from the outside. I hate him sometimes. I sigh quickly, stripping, and slowly getting into the tub. Hey. Ooh. Sorry, my hair was had a different color in it, and I was like, what is that? Okay. I sigh quickly, stripping, and slowly getting into the tub. Hey, it wasn't even cold. Good for you. Thanks, Jeffy. Ugh, I didn't just call him the name I wanted to call him since I got back, did I? Ugh. Okay, so at least I'm sat in water. You're cool, Ben, you're cool. This isn't a lake filled with water or anything. This is a tub, which could easily drown you in any way filled with water. I'm out, I yell, crawling from the tub, covered in bubbles, fiddling with my clothes, trying to skip drying myself by flailing badly. And then Jeff walked in with an unamused look. Dude, you've been in there for not even 30 seconds, he grumbled, pulling the shirt off of my head. I hiss, covering myself. He rolls his eyes and walking behind me and picking me up, lowering me into the tub. Come on, Jeff, I hate water, I scream, thrashing slightly. He grumbles and sits me down. I stare at him with a harsh glare and pout, crossing my arms. Dude, you're lucky I didn't drop you in anyway. You sat in there at first. What the heck freaked you out? He questioned. My brain got ahead of me. Sorry, my eyes hurt. I don't know why. Okay. My brain got ahead of me again. He muttered. Under my breath, he rolls his eyes, grabbing the shower head. I yelp, struggling to the corner of the tub. Dude, hold still. I'll just wash your hair. Then you can get out and be on your merry effin' way. He yells, making me shut the hell up. He was scarier than I remember when he yelled. Time skip. Nah! I yell, grabbing Jeff's arm as he tries rinsing my hair out for the last time. He growls and I hiss, tugging his arm a little too hard, making him fall into the tub. I yelp, hiding the sherry of. I yelp, hiding in the sherry of bubbles that were left. Ow, that hurt! He yells. He then glares at me, and to my surprise, a large smile, playful gleam appears in his eyes. I look at him, confused, and then splashes water at me. Jeff, stop it! I yell, finding myself giggling like a effing Barbie. Why are you giggling? He chuckles, splashing water at me. Again, I yelp and splash water at him. I'm guessing he's used to getting soapy water in his eye. Hey dude, there's a spider behind you, he says. I yelp, pulling myself over to him. I look at the wall, seeing nothing, and I look back at him and blush, realizing I'd cling on to him. He grins and rinses my hair. That wasn't so bad, he mutters, prying me off of him. Crawling from the tub, I hiss and shaking my head rapidly, making water fly at him. He groans and grabs my underarms, lifting me up from the tub. Dude, I have nothing on, I yell, covering myself. So? Look, dude, if I wanted to look at a penis, I'd look at my own, okay? Not a pervert like you. Now get changed, he grumbles, throwing the towel at me. Time skip. I grumble, walking out of the bathroom, a towel around my shoulders, and my usual leggings on. I hate these things. Sometimes they're so hard to put on. I look over at Jeff, seeing him sat on my bed with a hairdryer. I pout, sitting in front of him. Aw, you look so cute when your hair's a mess, he squeals. Sorry, I had to stretch. Okay. I grumble, walking out of the bathroom, a towel around my shoulders. And, yeah, we got it. I look over at, yeah. He squeals, making me yelp. I'm sorry, did Jeff the Killer just squeal at me? At me and my messy hair? That's gay, man, I mutter. He smirks. What if I'm gay, though? What if I've been dating guys? What if I've effed a few of them? He chuckled. I find myself blushing slightly. You're joking, right? I just asked, trying my best not to stutter. Yeah, I've had a crush on one guy for a few days, but, not very likely considering he probably hates me. He grins at. I look at him, confused. I jump when he turns the hairdryer on, and he continues to dry my hair. So, dude, what, you want to watch a movie after this? Considering it's like 3 a.m, and I doubt anyone is going to be in or up at this time, he yells over the hairdryer. Sure, man. What movie you thinking of? I yell back. Walking Dead, he asks. Walking Dead? He asks. Sure, man, I could use a good scare, I yell. That movie is not scary, he yells. It's not even a movie. It's a series. And I have every single episode. I just haven't been able to watch all of them, I yell back. After 5 more minutes, he was done drying my hair. He turns me around to face him and begins brushing my hair. I look at him confused. This wasn't my side fringe look. Dude, what are you doing? My fringe doesn't work like that. I asked. He looks at me with a blank expression, then speaks. I'm not doing your fringe. I'm doing your usual Link look-alike hairstyle. I miss it. It's adorable. He states bluntly. I easily got the message. He wasn't going to change his mind. Seriously? I enjoy my dark look, actually, I mutter. Excuse me? You look dark anyway. Leave the lame gray to dark Link, okay? He grins. I chuckle and roll my eyes, nodding. Yo, Benny, you want to sleep in my room or yours? I know it's early hours, but I still think you're tired, he states. Your room, 'cause you've got the huge bed with huge pillows and a massive comfy blanket, I state happily. He grins at me and I give him a confused look. You want to sleep in my room just for the bed? Huh. It's either I'm messed up or that sounds like you want to sleep with me. I wince slightly and gently punch him in his arm. No, I simply don't think your bed is comfier and bigger. So watching a scary movie in your bed is better, I state bluntly, and he smirks and shrugs, picking me up and setting me in front of the mirror. I jump slightly, looking how similar I look from a few months ago. Dude, you look so cute, he yells. I roll my eyes, then he shoves one of his hoodies over my head. I yelp and pull it on. He then straightens out my hair and stares at me. Points at the mirror. Author's note. Once again, making this extra long for you guys. I look in the mirror and blushed like freaking mad. I grin, getting a kawaii idea. I smile widely, closing my eyes. Go to sleep, bitch! I yell in the cutest voice. As cutest voice I could. I open one eye and see him gone. I pout and turn around, seeing no one. I huff and roll my eyes. No, you go to sleep, a voice yells from behind me, making me jump, and then find myself being picked up from behind. Okay, my room now, right? Cool. Means we can have more fun, he chuckles. I blush like crazy, knowing he was just messing, but I swear it sounded like he meant it. He does. He doesn't mean it, that's what I mean. I just want to watch TV, thanks, I mutter. He pouts with fake sadness, then walks out of the room and into his room, standing me up next to his bed and going to the cabinet for DVDs. He had more than I really thought he had. Maybe he collects them or something. Admire it, Benny. Maybe one day you'll get as many DVDs as this. He says and laughs. I grin and fall into his bed, crawling up on one of the pillows, covering my face with the hoodie sleeves. Jeff's POV. I swear, he's gotten more adorable. Either that or I've seriously fallen for the adorable little elf twink. What is a twink? I have to look that up. I forgot what it was. I look over at him, seeing him curled up on my bed, covering his face with the sleeves of my hoodie. He looked freaking kawaii. I'm not gonna lie. Jeff put the movie on already. I'm tired and I want to stay awake to watch the movie. He mutters. I roll my eyes, pulling out a few episodes and putting the first one in the DVD player. It's starting, okay? Sorry, that was my wrist and my elbow. I muttered, turning up. There, it's starting, okay? I muttered, turning my lights off and curling under my covers. I fixed my attention to the TV until I felt a small weight on my chest. I looked down, seeing Ben lay literally on my chest. I blushed slightly, but shrug it off. Night, Jeffy, he mutters. I sigh, placing a hand on his head. Night, Ben, I answer back. I sigh, watching the TV. I'd already watched all the episodes, but it was probably the most interesting series I've had so far. So I'll watch it watch it a million times just to take my mind off things. He needs to expand his collection. No offense, some of The Walking Dead just wasn't worth it. I mean, after they killed one of my favorite characters, and I watched it up to what season? I don't remember what the season was, but it was the first time they ever meet the samurai woman, African American woman. Jeff, he asks. I answer. Thanks for not being an ass. He chuckles slightly. Thanks for forgiving me so easily. I answer. Jeff, he asks again. Yeah. Jeff. Yes. Jeff. What? Love ya. I look at him, feeling my face heat up. He didn't mean it like that, right? He's just messing, right? In a friendly way, I ask. Nope, he mutters. Payback's a bitch. I look at him. What? I ask. I was kidding. You styled my hair and got me in my leggings and tricked me into thinking there was a spider, so I wanted payback. I answer. He answers. I feel a slight pang of disappointment. I knew that. I answer. Sure, yeah. Sure you did, Jeff. He answers, and I sigh, covering my eyes with my arm, leaning my head back. I'm kidding. That was not my payback. He answers. That's when I felt something on my lips. Ooh, 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 ooh. Fluff, 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 fluff. Yes, too cute. On my own. Well. The author's note. Don't kill me. Cliffhanger. Yep. I'm going to kill you. I'm killing you. SG realizes I can just read the next chapter. Didn't say anything. Randomly disappeared. Poor. Damn. Whoever that was creepy. Chapter 14. Okay, maybe I like you. Jeff POV. Wait, what time is it? Okay. Because I have alarms still, so I know how fast my day is going. Jeff's POV. I jump uncovering my eyes. Was he seriously kissing me? I shovel back slightly, sitting myself up properly. He opens his eyes slightly. His eyes still widen. And he pulls back, blushing like hell. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, he exclaims, looking back, fiddling with his thumbs. Are you waiting for me to talk, or are you just sitting there 'cause it's fun? I ask, and he looks up at me slightly before looking back down. Like I said, I didn't mean it. He utters a jump scare appears on TV and yelps and jumps forward away from the TV, clinging on to me, again covering his face with the hoodie sleeves. Ben's POV. I'm stupid. I'm effing stupid. I'm the stupidest person on earth. Or ever. Why did I do that? He's only just started being nice. I swear, I didn't blame him if he kicks me out. Dude, cool it. It's fine, he says, in an unusual calm tone. I peek from the sleeves of the hoodie, staring at him for a second. He grins and ruffles my hair. I chuckle slightly. Sorry, I mutter again. He rolls his eyes. Dude, stop saying sorry. Just forget it. Like you said, payback, right? He says, sounding like he was acting his kindness now. I look down slightly, nod. I didn't want to forget it, though. Okay, I answer, rolling to the other... Okay, I rolling to the other side of the bed, curling up, continuing to watch TV. Dude, stop being distant, he mutters, turning on his side, pulling me into his chest. I blush slightly, turning to face him. Hey, Jeff, what are you doing? I ask. He looks at me and smirks. Well, I don't want my mini midget feeling distant and being honest. He smirks and kisses my forehead. I enjoyed it. He mutters, and to be honest, I enjoyed it, he mutters, turning on his back, pulling me back onto his chest, watching TV. A blush covered my face, again, closing my eyes, nuzzling his chest, and slightly, and attempting to fall asleep. Oh, and Ben? He mutters. Yeah? I want a bedtime kiss every night from now on. He then covered his eyes with his arm, again, sinking into his bed, and I stare wide-eyed. What? Why? I ask. He sighs, and his carved smile stretches slightly, indicating he was smiling. 1, 'cause you're cute. 2, 'cause you turned me on. He mutters. I wince slightly. What? Shut up, I whisper, hugging his chest. Nope, he mutters. There was an ant trying to get into my eye when I was talking. Sorry, that was kind of loud, but an ant was trying... Something was crawling on my eyelash, and I slapped it on my leg, and it was an ant. So I almost touched my eyeball. That was weird. I'm going to have to brush my hair after this, because I don't know if it came from my hair or this chair, because I'm just going to brush my hair after this just in case, because that just gave me heebie-jeebies, kind of. Nope. He mutters, yep. Seriously, man, I want to sleep. I grumble. Fine, cutie. He grins. I grumble under my breath. I'm not a cutie. I huff. He lifts his arm and stares at me, before grinning and turning on his side, hugging me to his chest again. Yeah, you are. Well, I think so. Anyway, go to sleep. He mumbles, and I chuckle, burying my face into his chest. This is awkward, considering he probably just got the idea to tease me on this. But, I'm enjoying it anyway. Jeff's POV. He kissed me! I seriously am feeling weird right now. Maybe I kind of like him. Kinda. Jeff, one more question. He mumbles, his voice muffled by my chest. What do you want, midget? think it's just the ant that kind of freaked me out. Because I felt itchy all over. Ugh, I don't like that. Sorry, you're probably hearing that. Anyways, let's keep going. Wait, yeah, I started recording again. Jeff, one more question, he mumbles, his voice muffled by my chest. What do you want, midget? I grin, he huffs. Do you like me? Or just like me? I'm just asking for curiosity, he asks. Great, he just had to ask me this, didn't he? I guess I like you. In a way. I mutter and he stiffens slightly. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Me too, he mumbles, lifting his head slightly, as his face was buried in my... so his face was buried in my neck. You do? I stutter. He nodded. He nods, and I then feel his breath slow down slightly. I'm guessing he fell asleep. Time skip. I grin slightly, uncovering my eyes from the blonde locks of Ben's hair. I smile, looking down at him. He looked adorable in his sleep. I sigh, untangling myself from him. Yeah, well, I guess it's safe to say I like him. He's adorable, so yeah. I'm guessing it's safe to say he's mine now. Jeffy, no, leave me. Me still sleepy, he mutters, his eyes cracked open a little. Sorry, Ben, but Jeffy needs a shower. I answer, mocking his baby voice, and he groans, rolling over and falling off the bed, and I peek around the bed, seeing him lying on his back, an arm out over his eyes. Benny wants food, he mutters. I chuckle and grab a black shirt along with the rest of the things apart from my hoodie. It was too hot in my room for a hoodie. Wonder why it's warm in the mansion, actually. Dude, why is it so warm in the mansion, I ask, running a hand through my hair. He shrugs. Don't know. Last I heard it's freezing outside for some reason, he mutters, rolling around on the floor. I smirk, walking into the bathroom, grabbing a shower on my way out. You mean grabbing, clothes on your way out? Cool, anyway, do what you want. I don't really care, I mutter. You'd be like the best parent ever, letting your child do whatever it wants. Ben chuckles. No, I'd say I'm the best boyfriend ever. I grin, seeing him turn a little red with his ears perk up slightly, making me so want to shout, Kawaii! But I'm too cool for that. Ben's POV. I smirk as soon as Jeff left the room to get a shower. I roll backwards onto my feet and open his drawers. Now I wonder what shit you have stashed in your room, Jeffy. I smirk, going through his drawers. Are you kidding me? There's nothing here? Damn, this guy is lame. The most interesting thing I found is a fucking picture of him and Lou. His hair was shorter then. Huh. Kind of looks like Lou, too, but what else can I expect? They are brothers. What you looking at, Benny? Harry, Jeff says, snaking his arm around my waist. Does he think we're dating? Heck, fine with me. Oh, You found it, eh? Yeah, I have the other one on my bedside cabinet. Hey, Ben, did you know today is the 5th year anniversary of when Lou died? So Homicidal Lou is... Am I saying his name right? I feel like I'm stupid. No, it's Lou. Maybe it's not. Oh my gosh, I'm second guessing myself. Okay. 5th year anniversary. So Homicidal Lou is probably not in this universe. Okay, got it. When Homicidal Lou died. I usually keep it a secret, but whatever. I've learned to keep it hidden, he mutters. So 5 years from today, Lou died. Poor Jeff, having to hide it. Really? I'm sorry to hear that. So he's around 21. Huh. Because there's different versions. He's between the ages of 13 to 17. It depends on who you ask for Jeff the Killer stories, love stories, or just the plain story of when he snapped. By the way, the Jeff the Killer loves just every story, like the origin, is actually based on truth. Because there's actual newspapers of Jeff Woods killing his whole entire family, is still on the run, or was found dead or something, or was thinking he was dead. Yeah. Really? I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry to hear you've had to hide it. I mutter. He smirks and nuzzles the side of my head, making me blush. I don't mind. Oh, Ben, by the way, are we, dating now? I was thinking about it, and since we both like each other the way we do, I wanted to know whether if we were dating. Yes, someone's awfully confident in talking about this stuff. Yeah, I guess if you wanna. I mutter. He smiles and nips my ear, making me jump slightly. He chuckles and walks from his room. Come on, Ben. I want to go get you that shirt I was going on about. He says. I nod and follow him and wonder what he's got on his mind. I don't know why it keeps on stopping, but there. I just read the author's note. I'm not going to reread it because it was just saying thank you for reading this. Chapter 15. A little disagreement, that's all. Ben's POV. After a bit, I find myself sat in front of Trenderman. Of course, Jeff took me to him. Okay, Ben, found your new tunic. I'll get you some more soon, he chirps, handing me the small green tunic as I had, but it was long skin, tight gray sleeves on it this time. I sigh lightly and thank him, completely ditching Jeff, who was in the kitchen. Heading to my room. I walk into my room and pull Jeff's hoodie off, pulling on the tunic and looking into my mirror. I look decent, looked a little more like Link, but whatever. It covers my arms at least. Damn, Ben, you got style. I jump slightly and turn around, seeing Jeff leaning on the door frame staring at me. I blush slightly and shrug. I say awkwardly. He stands up straight again. Goes to my dresser and pulls out all my black clothes. I yelp and run over, blocking the drawer. He gives me a confused look. Ben, you don't need these anymore. What's so important about them? He asks. I look down slightly. I just like them, okay? I don't want to get rid of them. I mutter. He sighs, and I keep something in there. Come on, Ben. Let's get rid of them. It's easier for you. He says with a little more force. Is he seriously trying to win the argument like this? He doesn't have much of a chance. No, I'm not getting rid of them. They're my clothes. Now, would you like it if I went to your room and took all your clothes that you got from home that belonged to Lou and just chucked them out? I yell. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor. Oh, okay. I'm looking at this, and they put ear as ever, so. Don't you ever talk about him. You have no right, he yells, and I stare at the floor, wide-eyed. A hand on my cheek. Did he just slap me? I whimper, feeling tears in my eyes. Soon after, feeling the boiling liquid dripping down my face. I hate you. I effing hate you. I thought you cared, but obviously I forgot monsters like you can't feel. I yell, standing up and darting out of the room. I had to get out for a bit. I whimper, wiping my eyes, so I ran, ending up bumping into someone. Ben, are you okay? I look up, seeing Masky. I whimper, looking down, standing up again. Fan-frickin-tastic. I yell, running past him, and I hear Jeff running after me, but I ignore it, and slide down the railing, running from the front door and off towards the place I remember as a human. The park. After another 10 minutes of running, I finally gripping the chains, holding it in the air, crying quietly. After a bit, I pulled my phone out and put a story of a Snitch by Deuce. I never heard of that story, but okay. Is it a real story, or is that just... Okay. Yo, I guess we all change sometimes. Some for better and some for worse. Wait a minute. I might know this one. Here's a story of a snitch that I knew so many years, but now he's a bitch. Fuck your feelings. You can suck my dick. Pretty much it, yeah. Yeah. I slightly sing along. Jeff's POV. I wince, snapping back to my normal state. I find myself stood in the hall, staring into space. I see a few people glaring at me. I glare back, not sure what they were digging on me. I grumble, walking to my room, until that is Masky stops me. What's up with Ben? He asks, blocking my bedroom door. I stare at it for a second. Where was Ben, actually? He doesn't even remember it. Oh, no. Whoops. I try thinking. Shit, did I snap again? No wonder I had no freaking clue what happened. I think I snapped again. I whisper. I then feel a sharp pain in my cheek. He slapped me? Meh. No use fighting back. No one wins in a finger fight with... I think it means fight with Masky. I hate him. Where's he going? Last time I saw him, he ran from the mansion. You know how dangerous it is for him in the woods to go about his way along the woods. He's hardly set foot outside, he yells. My eyes would have widened. He ran from the mansion? I have no clue where he could have gone. Why are they snapping at him? Dude, you can't control your brain that much. A lot of people are going to side with Masky. Yes, he did a terrible thing. Problem is that a person's psyche, like switching personalities, they don't have control over it. Like, have you seen Split? It's kind of like that. He doesn't have control over it. But it's a thing. It happens. It switches automatically. You don't have control over it. So technically, he can't control his anger at all. It's due to how he's raised or his environment. Anyways, let's go. Where's he going to? I have no clue where he could have gone. He doesn't know anywhere around here, I mutter. Typical Jeffrey. I wince at my full name and turn around, seeing Shadow Lurker. Why is he here? Why the fuck are the shadows? He hiss, he grins. I hiss, he grins. A really creepy, spine-chilling grin. Oh, nothing. I simply heard you were looking for Ben. I happen to know where he is. He goes when he's upset. He's been out more than you think. And as you know, I usually do my rounds for Zolgo, he says in a creepy tone. Right. Right. He always snoops around our realm. Are you going to tell us? I yell and he smirks. Sure, but you owe me 20. He mutters and I grumble. Why the fuck does he need money? Well, I mean, he travels to our realm, so he probably has a human form and he eats. And tries to snoop, the locals. And see if he can kill anyone. He's probably a murderer, too. I've never heard of a shadow lurker. Maybe I have, but I just can't imagine the person right now. I mean, person as in creepypasta. I happen to know where. Yay. Deal. But you get the money after we find Ben. I grumble. The park he went to be to as a human, he grumbles. I huff, and without losing any more time, I dart down the halls, nearly falling down the stairs and running from the mansion. About half an hour of searching around the area, I finally found it. I run into the park and look around. Where is he? Ben! I yell, cupping my mouth. No answer. Come on, Ben, I didn't mean it. I don't know what I did while I snapped, but I'm sorry. I yell and I hear a small amount of music. I begin following it until I found a swing hidden pretty well, and where he was, and sat on one of the swings, clinging to one of the... There he was, sat on one of the swings and clinging to it. with his headphones blasting out the song Welcome to My Life, this by Simple Plan. That one I kind of know. I sigh and sit on the swing next to him, and he looks at me from the corner of his eye, but doesn't say anything. Ben, come on, I mutter, tugging one of his earphones out of his ear, and he glares at me, turning his head to face me. It was then I saw the red slash across his face. Shit. Did I whisper, and he grumbles, turning away. Again, I try hugging him or something, but he growls and slaps my hand away. I sigh, and I was never good with this stuff. Come on. Don't make me tickle you. I grin, and he doesn't move, and I pout. I'm shit at this, I mutter. Yes, you are indeed, he whispers, and I look at him. Oh, so you talk to me as soon as I call myself an idiot. I grin, and he shrugs. I sigh, putting an arm around his shoulder. This time, he lets me. Yep, but you're an annoying idiot that should say sorry and give me a present for what you did. He grins, and I roll my eyes and stand up, picking him up and sitting down, placing him in my lap. It's not even Christmas, so I can't give you a present. Anyway, I don't feel like it. Look, man, I'm sorry for hurting you. I don't know what happened, but I really am sorry. I'll let you sleep in my room again, I mutter, and he smirks, leaning into my chest, looking up slightly, nuzzling his head into my neck. I guess, maybe. I guess, but you owe me something, he grumbles. I smile, hugging him tightly and pecking his lips. He blushes and stares at me for a second. What? I mutter, looking at the left. Is that... You slapped me and hurt me badly, and all I get is that? He asks, turning to face me. String on his knees, pressing his lips on mine. I stare for a couple of seconds before kissing back. I effing love this guy. I don't care if anyone is watching right now. I seriously am falling for this adorable elf. Aw, how adorable! Thanks for reading this chapter, and also sorry for the long wait. My laptop is being a dick right now, so I'll have to use my iPad. I'll try update more often. Okay, so I'm going to say this a couple of times, but, so is that all I'm going to get? Just a sorry and just a peck? So I'm guessing they're going to make out and do things, so there might be fluff. What is it called? Fluff? Isn't it? No, smut. Well, isn't it also called fluff or something? I'm not too sure. But, hold on. Go away, please. Yes, there. Yes. Okay, there we go. You guys look adorable with ponytails. Oh, gosh. Jeff's POV. After a while, you decide to head home. I was hoping interesting. I was hoping that something more interesting would happen. Maybe I could piss Jane off to the point she's trying to kill me, literally. Or maybe I could just, take Toby to the top of the mansion and say there's an invisible pool down on the floor or something and push him off. He is a proxy, so he can't really die, but... What you think? Ben says in... What you thinking about? Ben says in an adorable tone. Whether I should push Toby off a roof. You know what? This is what I think about sometimes too. And someone's like, what are you thinking about? I'm like, should I really tell them what I'm really thinking about? Or should I just keep it inside? Because it's as weird as it sounds when he says it. I mutter. Then he bursts out laughing, having a grip on my arm to hold himself up. Is it weird that I can actually imagine you doing that? He asks, a huge smile on his face. No, I think it's natural, actually. I grin, he smirks, and attempts to jump on my back. Unfortunately, his adorable shortness is too short. Oh, it's so adorable with your shortness. I almost fangirl. He pouts, and I sigh, and stop, kneeling down slightly, and then he manages to stop. Somehow, jumping on my back. He's adorable. Once we were back at the mansion, I kicked the door open, using my hands to open the front door. Is overrated. I'm weird. Anyway, I walk into the living room, getting a few looks from the others. Most of them were cool, but as usual, I got a glare from Jane, but I don't really care. So, what you want to do? Ben asks, falling off my back and onto the couch. I shrug and sit down next to him. Want to play Truth or Dare? He asks, and I shrug. He grins. Oh, no! I can't wait to read the Dreary story. Yes, because the next couple of chapters of the Dreary story is Truth or Dare. And he finds some more stuff out. I can't wait. That story, if you haven't checked out my Dreary story, I'm going to tell you this. You think of a BL story, and it says smut on it. It's pretty much on the edge of that. I don't know what to tell you. It's just pretty much that. Okay. Want to play Truth or Dare? He says. I shrug, and he grins and runs off. I look after him, seeing he'd gone to where people usually were. Of course, the kitchen or their rooms. Soon after, I find EJ, Toby, Masky, LJ, and Hoodie. We're here. Okay, so Toby, go first. Ben yells, oh, why did he have to pick Toby? Masky, Truth or Dare, he asks. I mentally sigh and straighten up. Truth, he mutters. Have you ever been on an important mission and you've done the stupidest thing ever? If so, tell us. Oh my gosh, he mutters and I grin. I know this story. It's funny. Okay. Yes, I have. I was stalking this guy and I slipped on some oil he was placing down for some kill reason. Then when I stood up, Hoodie pushed me onto the oil again, and then I face planted. EJ and Ben managed to stay calm, but the rest of us bursted out laughing. Okay. Jeff, Truth or Dare, he mutters, and I think for a second. I'm a rebel, so dare, I say confidently. I dare you to go to Sally's room and get her to give you and Ben a hairstyle. Masky mutters. I groan. Oh no. Oh no. Ben. Sorry. Tired. Masky mutters. I groan and stand up, grabbing Ben's arm and dragging him to Sally's room. Him screaming like a little girl the whole way. Sal, Masky dared us to let you do our hair in any style you want, so yeah. I mutter, and she grins and drops Charlie. Hey, Teddy, if you didn't know, that's her Teddy. Running to her drawers, grabbing some random girl shit, and this isn't a good dare at all. Well, not for me and Ben either. Time skip. Done! She chirps. I look into the mirror and I swear I nearly screamed. My once beautiful singed black hair was now in pigtails. Pink bands holding them up. Ben looked pretty much traumatized. He looked like the same, but the pigtails in his hair were curled, making him look like one of those slutty blonde chicks. He grumbles. Hey guys, come here now. OMG, guys, come here right now. We both looked towards the doorway, seeing Masky stood there, the others running after him. I looked down. This was more shameful than when Toby dyed my hair rainbow. I couldn't wash it for a frickin' week. Wash it out, sorry. LJ pretty much pissed himself, laughing. The others had to leave to their own rooms, but their laughs were easily visible. I grumble, pulling my hair back into its normal state, as does Ben. I sigh, rubbing my head, leaving the room, Ben following close behind. I guess the game ended. That's no fun. I mumble random stuff, walking into my room. I fall onto my bed, not bothering what it was. Anyone was doing, bothering if whatever anyone else was doing. I'm so gonna get tortured pretty much. I hear some next electric noises. I lift my head, looking over to where I heard the noise. Seeing Ben on my laptop, it looked like he was just hacked all my files. Where the hell did he do that? Why the hell would he do that? Ben, what are you doing? I muttered, lifting my head slightly. Hacking, he answered bluntly, and I sit up and stare at my laptop screen. Nothing too bad. Looks like he was hacking someone else. I didn't see anything of mine on there. I hear a small knock on the door. I snap my head over the door and see Toby open the door. He looked troubled, though. Yeah? I ask. Ben looks over, turning around in a spinning chair. Ben, I need to talk to you. I'll be in my room. He smutters, sounding completely out of it. Both me and Ben give each other confused looks, then look back at the door to see him gone. We both shrug and I fall back onto my bed. Ben continued with whatever he was doing. Toby's POV. This isn't fair. Why does Jeff get Ben? I'll admit it. Right here, right now. I've kind of liked the elf since he came here a few years back. Why'd you not tell him? He needed you. You dumbass. But, I'm good at hiding most things. So, yeah. It's not fair. I don't want Jeff to have him. I want me to have him. Hey, Toby, what's up with you? I jump slightly and I look up from my feet, seeing Masky stood in front of me, a clipboard and pen in his hand. I shrug, looking back down. I didn't feel like annoying anyone yet. Dude, what's up? Where's the annoying Toby? He mutters, poking my forehead. I look at him slightly and shrug again, and he sighs. And sits next to me. What's up? He asks. I sigh. If anyone knows what to do, it's Masky. I'm hoping. Have you ever liked someone but someone else is with them? I ask. He thinks for a second. I can't say I have. Why? He asks. I'm gonna lie. I don't think he can help me with this. If he hasn't felt it before, he won't know. Yeah, I'm gonna... I know. Big shocker. Toby likes Ben. But whatever. It's a fun idea. It'll be adding way more, so don't worry. My laptop is being a dick, so right now. So I might be late on updates. Idea belongs to girls roll 10. Well, like, what I think should happen is that Toby is, like, suffering from liking Ben when Ben and Jeff is a thing, and then Masky can come in and be like, I'm here for you, and then they get too close and they start liking each other. You know what I mean? See, like, he can be like the rebound. Well, not like a rebound, but I mean like a thing. They can become a thing. And then he won't have to suffer because I like Toby. Because he's annoying, and I'm annoying too, so. Why, Netflix? Why? Sex slash life. Wow, okay. Good movie. Ugh. Riveting. Sorry. There was an advertisement for the new series called Sex slash Life. It's a woman who's married that's cheating on her husband with a younger dude that looks hot. Ain't gonna lie, they both are hot. I mean, hey, can you be my side husband? Can this be like a 3-way marriage? You know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever. Chapter 17. You don't deserve him. Jeff POV. Right now, I was sat in Ben's room watching The Walking Dead. It was a good few hours into the episode. Well, episodes, sorry. Ben was fast asleep next to me, hugging me. I'm not gonna lie, I missed his old look. I'm glad he let me give him his old style. He looked so much more adorable in it. Someone knocks on the door, making me jump slightly. I glare at the door, contemplating on whether to answer or not. In the end, I answer the door. The door opens, filling the room with a blinding light. I groan and cover my eyes, slightly. Soon after, I see Toby stood in the doorway. Hi, Jeff. Can I talk to you? He asked. I tilt my head. He seemed off. I sigh and rub my head. Sure, Toby. Yeah. I mutter, waiting for him to talk, but he stays silent. I silently snarl, and I hate people hesitating to talk to me. I mean, like, alone. Like, can we go talk in my room or something? He asked, and I looked down. Wait, what? Did I miss a chapter? Because he hasn't talked to Ben yet. Maybe he's like, nah. Okay, whatever. The author messed me up. Darn it. Okay, then, here we go. Great. I lost it. Darn it. He asked, and I looked down as Ben, who was still sleeping soundly. I sighed and slipped from his grasp, pulling on my black shirt and walking out of the room, making sure the door was kept open a bit. Ben hates the dark sometimes. Me too. If I'm not with someone in the same room, I will have a light on. If I'm in the same room as, like, a friend, like I'm sleeping over at their house and we're on the same bed and we're sleeping, I don't need a light on. But if I'm sleeping alone on my own bed, I'm going to have a light on because damn straight something's going to get me. And it makes me secure if someone's with me, so I guess it's kind of a comfort thing.
What you want? I mutter, leaning on the wall of his room. I look at him. I look at Toby first, in time to see him swing his fist at me. I quickly dodge and swing my foot at his legs, tripping him up. He growls, standing up. I grin in the words of Ben drowned. You shouldn't have done that. Like he didn't say it, but you took the one thing I wanted. Thing!
I'm turning into a feminist now. You think I'm a thing? I mean, like a strong feminist. Like, there's nothing wrong with a feminist. But the thing is that feminists are known as, like, feminazis. I'm a peopleist. But, like, I have, like, different sides of me that, like, not like a double personality, but, like, some things that build me. Like, there's a feminist side to me. So, my feminist side is going to come out. Thing, excuse me, honey. I ain't a trophy. I ain't a belonging. I'm my own person, sweetheart. You touch me, I'll beat your ass. Sorry. I'm so pissed. You touch me. Anyways, where is it? He screams, swinging his fist at me over and over again. I managed to dodge most of them and getting punched a few times. Dude, what are you on about? I took nothing from you. Well, maybe I took a few things of your blade sharpeners, but that's it. Darn it! I wasn't supposed to laugh. It's not a laughing mood, but I like the dark comedy of it. Well, I did take your blade sharpeners, but that's it. I yelled, this wasn't right. What was he on? Let me say that again. You took that one person I wanted. Huh? He yells, landing a harsh blow to the side of the head. I yelp. There was no point in trying to hurt him. He was numb, remember? Yeah. Who are you talking about, Toby? Did I take the teddy you like or something? Or maybe Masky likes me more. Oh my gosh. Nope, Masky would never like me, so. No, you stupid twat. You took Ben from me. Bitch, Ben ain't yours. Ben ain't yours. Oh, so help me. Oh my gosh. I'm turning into a feminist. You need to stop me here. If I was there, oh my gosh, you would not stop me from hitting this guy. Oh, I'd punch him. Oh my gosh. I loved him since he came here, and you just had to come along and take him for yourself. Bitch, why didn't you? I would be a bad commentator. I'm sorry, but seriously, why didn't you? Seriously. Because, if you loved him so much, you could have saw the signs of depression and suicidal thoughts. I know I'm not supposed to say that on YouTube, but I'm gonna. Because what's the problem? Why didn't you? You're making me mad. I'm sad. Okay. I'm pissed. I'm sorry. I'm so pissed now. He yells and I freeze slightly. What? Why would Toby like Ben? He likes Masky, I thought, or something like that. It's not my fault. If I'd have known, I'd have kept away from him. I yell, swinging my fist at him. He grumbles, dodging, and heading to his wardrobe. I stare at him, confused. He then pulls out one of his hatchets, and I back up slightly, and he runs at me with it and swings the handle at me.
too fast for me to dodge it. With that, everything went black. Ben's POV, I woke up to the sound of banging and yelling. Jeff and Toby? I look around, seeing it was raining. It was raining in the room and the door, letting some amount of lighting from the room. I sneak from the room, heading to the next door over. That's when I heard a loud thump, as if someone had been knocked over. Jeff? Toby? I asked, knocking. And knocking on the door lightly. Soon after the door opens, revealing Toby, I stare curiously at him. He stares back at me. You shouldn't be dating him, he suddenly says. My stare turns into a glare. What do you mean? Jeff? Where's Jeff? I ask. He sighs and grabs my wrist, pulling me from the room. I yelp, struggling slightly. He said stuff you don't want to hear, he grumbles, shoving me back into my room. Walking into the room, closing the door, making it unable for me to see. He said stuff up. Door, closing the door, making it unable for me to see anything apart from the TV. I begin panicking slightly. What the fuck are you on about? Jeff, this isn't funny, I yell, trying to find the light switch. I then feel two arms snake around my waist. He said he only wanted to date you so he could find your weakness. Then he'd hurt you more than you could imagine. He doesn't care about you. He's only in this for the joy of hurting people, he mutters. I whimper slightly. You're lying. Jeff would never do anything to hurt me, I whisper. I hear a low growl. What's so amazing that Jeff has that I don't? He screams. And making me yelp and struggle. I know more. I know him more, and he's kind. Once you get to know him, he may be an ass, but he still cares, I whisper. A hand then grabs my hair. Grabs my hair and brush it, making me yelp again. That's what you think. Now I'm willing to make a deal, he whispers, making me shiver slightly. You forget about him, date me, and I'll make sure Jeff and anyone else never hurts you again. What? No! Jeff! I yell. I then hear a low growl. What's up with me? I told you what he said. He doesn't care, he whispered. The last part, I stare at the darkness of the room for a bit. What if he's telling the truth? What if Jeff didn't actually like me? No, stop thinking that. But what if it's true? I don't care. I love Jeff, and I'm not gonna change my mind, I whisper, and he stays silent. If he really cared to do you think he would have at least tried to stay awake when I knocked him out? Do you think he hurt you all those years, then out of nowhere he just started liking you? What I was thinking is that if you look at it from like a little kid's standpoint, you know that when little kids are experienced at love and they don't know what they're doing, they pick on the person they like. That's pretty much, I think, what Jeff was doing. But Toby is more adult-like and has seen more than Jeff has. So he's thinking it from an adult standpoint. He's not thinking it from a kid's standpoint. You have to see it from both sides, too. So, What's to say if he isn't coming up with new ideas, he mutters. I stop once, he mutters. I stop once more, getting lost in my thoughts. He has a point. I don't know, I mutter. He then nuzzles his head into the side of my neck, making me shiver slightly. Come on. You really want to date someone just so they can hurt you? Don't give in!
This hurts me. They have more experience than me, but they're so stupid. Ugh.
I have to read so much dreary after this. I can't. I just can't. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He mutters, come on. You really want to date someone just so they can hurt you? He mutters. I feel a hot liquid running down my cheek. Don't. Oh, wait, he's crying. Okay. I thought he was licking him. I was like, no. You ain't Jeff, so you don't lick me. He mutters, I feel a hot liquid running down my cheek. Come on. I'll ask you again. You date me, and I'll make sure no one hurts you again. Deal? He asks. I stay silent. What happens if I say no? What happens if I say yes? I'd be betraying Jeff. I whimper slightly. Fine. You moron! I whisper. Thanks for reading this chapter. I'm going to kill the author. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill. I better read the next chapter. I can't. I just can't do this. Oh my gosh. I can't. I have to find out what happens. Because if I don't, I will literally... I didn't betray you. I don't think. Jeff's POV. Ugh, my head. I sit up, sitting up, my head hurting. Ben's room. Shit! I struggle to my feet, running it to my door. I slam the door open, rush into my room, looking in my room, seeing no one. Damn it. I run downstairs, jump from the railing. Is more like it. I run into the living room, seeing no one. I yelp, running into the kitchen, seeing EJ. Where the fuck is Toby? I yell. He jumps slightly, pulling his mask back down from his kidney snack. Last place I saw him, he was in his room. Strangely enough, Ben was with him. I growl, running to top speed upstairs, not caring how tired I was. Of running. I skid to a stop, pound on Toby's door, and I hear low groans, making me worried at a few seconds later, Toby opens the door shirtless. I hiss. Where's Ben, twat? I snap. He moves out of the way. I walk in, see him sat on Toby's TV playing a video game. What? Oh, hey, Jeff. How's life? Still pissing with people's emotions? I'm sorry. How can people do this? It hurts me. Ben says almost silently. I can almost feel the glare in Toby's eyes. Ben sighs and puts on one of the biggest casual smiles he's done yet. Oh, hey, Jeff, how's life? He mutters. I stare at him confused for a few minutes. Ben, why are you in Toby's room? I ask, squatting down to where he sat. He looks at me with what looked like the sad but fakery happy look. Oh, wanted to play some video games, but it was too crowded and you weren't anywhere to be found. So Toby let me play some video games in his room, he mutters. I growl silently and ruffle up his hair. Right,
I'll be either in the gaming room or in my room. See you later, then, I mutter, kissing his forehead and leaving the room. Am I losing Ben? Ben's POV. I feel like shit after that. I wanted to hang out with Jeff. I wanted to be with him. I whimper lightly, continuing to play my video game. Until Toby sat behind me, hugging me from behind. I'm surprised he believed you. You suck at lying, Ben, he mutters, pulling his mouth guard down, planting a few kisses across my neck. I blushed wildly, tilting my head silently. Damn, I hated this so much, but I felt it. It felt fucking good. I'm going to kill Ben! I don't care anymore. I groan lightly, feeling his hand slide around my tunic. I feel him smirk against my neck. You're so cute when you're embarrassed, Ben. He purrs. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I think I like Ben a lot more now. I'm sorry, I'm getting really into this, as you can tell. He purrs, I grumble lightly. I want Jeff. I mutter. He stops and stares at me. What? He says harshly. I said I want Jeff. I don't want to be with you. I want to be with Jeff. I yell, but end up squeaking. He sighs, returning to my neck, catching my soft spot, making me moan. He grins, leaving a few hickeys on my neck, before pulling away. Benji, that's not very nice, he mutters. Where is Slender Man? He can hear everyone's thoughts. Why isn't Slender Man coming? It's pissing me off. Hickey's on my neck. That's not nice, he mutters. I grumble and push him away. He's starting to get on my nerves. I wasn't gonna let anyone dominate me apart from the one I actually want to be with. Fuck you. I want to go with Jeff. I yell, walking to the door. I was about to open it when he grabs my shoulders, pulling me into one of his proxy locks. I struggle lightly. I sigh, soon giving up. He smirks. I'll tell you what. You stay in my room today. I'll let you see Jeff tomorrow, he mutters. Once again at my neck, pushing me down onto his bed. I growl. What the fuck you gonna do, boy? Deal, he asks. No! I'm getting rid of this serious. I'm done. This is gross. It's pissing me off. It hurts. Ben is the fakest person ever. I can't do this. Jeff's POV. Right now, I was sitting in the gaming room on my laptop, and I would have used mine, but I didn't want to right now. Right now, I sigh, rubbing my temple. I watch a random YouTube video. Gosh knows why, but I just am. I don't want to lose you, Ben. Why do you have to hang out with Toby? Did he force you? I grumble, running my hand through my hair, closing the laptop. I stand up, head out of the basement, and hearing upstairs to Toby's room. I was about to knock when something stopped me in my tracks. Toby, stop being so harsh. I blushed lightly but shook my head and looking down, heading to my room. I wasn't in the mood for anything else right now. I slam into my room, slamming the door, losing Losing my door, I walked to my wall, punching a large dent into it. Only minutes later did I start feeling the pain. I yelp, gripping my fist. Mother of fucking Zolgo. Fire that hurts. I yell, falling onto my bed, gripping my fist. I hate it. When I fuck up, I do it with everyone. That's why no one really likes me. I'm guessing I find myself drifting. Soon I find myself drifting off to sleep. Well, there's nothing else I could do. Slender's point of view. Where the fuck have you been? Sorry, I almost smashed my computer. I feel sympathy for Jeffrey. So, yes, I've known for the start of the whole thing that Ben and Jeff had something. I sigh telepathically into Jeff's room, seeing that him asleep, gripping his fist. I look around, seeing a large dent in the wall. Toby, why do you have to be so hard on him? Ben, why'd you leave? Don't leave like Lou. Jeff mutters in his sleep. I sigh. Maybe I should have erased some of Toby's memories before. Maybe. It seems so harsh, but unlike Ben, Jeff is an immortal. I don't want to lose my best combat creepypasta. Jeffrey, I'm doing this to help you and Ben and nothing more. I teleport outside of Toby's room and knock a few times. Before hearing a loud groan and a lazy come in, I walk in and seeing both Toby and Ben in Toby's bed. Ben, fast asleep, dried blood streaming down his eyes. Toby was half asleep, but still looking at me. Oh, hey, Slender, how'd you get in here? He asked lazily. I would have rolled my eyes, but if I had any. Toby, just once you wake up, you won't remember anything about your feelings for Ben. I mutter, teleporting over, about to use my useful mid-wipe. But he growls, falling from his bed. Good thing he had at least boxers on. He grabs his hatchets from under his bed. He jumps at me, swinging his hatchets at me. I grumble, catching him in thin air. He struggles, dropping his hatchets. I sigh, pressing an index finger to his forehead. He yelps and struggles, but soon passes out. Toby, I'm sorry, but you'll have to be in the basement cell for a few hours. You need to be punished for attacking me. I teleport him into the cell in the basement, placing his clothes in the cell, teleporting into his room, wrapping Ben in a small blanket, and teleporting into Jeff's room. Placing him next to Jeff, tucking the two in. You're welcome, Jeffrey. With that, I teleport out. Quick note. You guys, so I have a few other stories I have yet to publish. A few of my friends and sisters have asked me to write, so this story will be on hold for a while. Oh yeah, happy 2016, everyone. It's 2021, 5 years ago. Yikes. Please, I don't care about the stupid Netflix thing. Go away, go away, go away, go away. Yes, skip. Fuck's sake. You know what? This is going to be extra long because I'm going to read the whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to read the whole thing. I'm so effing sorry. Chapter 19. Jeff's point of view. I wake up under my covers and feeling something dig into my back, and I grumble and sit up, putting pressure on my bad wrist. Ow! Fucking Zolgo! Shit! I yell, gripping my wrist, and I hear someone groan. An all too familiar arm snakes my lower back and torso. My eyes would have widened. I look behind me to see Ben. Penny! I yell in a childish tone. And I know, I said Benny, but what the fuck, man? I thought I'd lost him. I spun going around, getting him in a death hug. His eyes snap open. He struggles slightly. I guess I'm still a little stronger than him. Soon after, he hugs back. Jeff! Oh my gosh. Jeff! He squeals, making me laugh lightly. He smiles widely, crushing his lips to mine. I was slightly shocked, to say the least, but I kissed back. He grins and pulls away. I sit up, pulling him onto my lap, getting him in another death grip. I thought you fucking left me for the twitchy twat. I whisper, yell, and he rolls his eyes. What? And leave you? My big fucking chunk of a dumbass? No, he said. He trails off and shake my head, loosening his grip on me. One, I'm not a chunky dumbass. I'm a chunk of amazingness. And two, I don't care. I'm just glad that you're back. I mutter, my tiny chunk of innocence and punniness. I mutter. He groans and crosses his arms. I'm not punny or tiny. I'm not innocent. I've killed 27 people in the past few months. He mutters. I grin and roll my eyes. He then darts forward, making me fall back. He hugs my neck, nuzzling his head into my chest. Since when did you get so strong? I ask, sitting up. He doesn't move or respond until a few minutes after. Don't know, I guess you've gotten weaker? He mutters. I hear a small chuckle from him, and I growl playfully, push him onto the floor, and tickle him, of course, with my good hand. Bad ones still hurt like a bitch. Stop. My only weakness. I grin. Oh, in case you were wondering, Ben had his boxers on. Okay, he brings his feet up to my stomach and trying to push me off. I yelp. His feet were like frickin' ice. I jump back lightly. He chuckling stupidly from time to time. Your feet are like freaking ice, I mutter, rubbing my wrist. He sits up and stares at my wrist. What you done this time? He asks, jumping towards me, sitting on my lap. I fucking hit one of Sally's teddies. What the fuck do you think I did? I chuckle. He tilts his head, looking slightly confused. I punched the wall. I mutter. He stares at me for a second. One, this is why you're a chuck of dumbass. Two, enough with the fuckings. He yells at me, smirking like an idiot. Okay, sorry, I had an itch because I had so much sweat there. Ugh. Okay. He yells at me, smirking like an idiot. Okay, so I'm slightly a dumbass, but F is my word. I exclaim, failing to think of a better word than effings, ending up with Really, Jeff? You're so stupid. He mutters, nuzzling his head into my chest. Again, you should get EJ to fix that wrist. He points. I roll my eyes and snake my arms around him. No. No, you don't say. I'm just happy to have you back. I mutter. He chuckles. Now, slave, warm my feet, he yells, pressing his feet against my stomach. He was somehow flexible in that way. One of the benefits of being short, I guess. No, don't worry. I'm not flexible. Not with my hips, anyway. He was somehow flexible in that way. One of the benefits of being short, I guess. I wince and roll my eyes. This is like when I fell into one of Smile's ice baths. I mutter. He laughs. Yeah? Well, when are you guys gonna F? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. My goodness, consummate the relationship for once. Jeez, I'm getting bored here. South Pole. What are you... Well, this is like living in the South Pole. And then suddenly appearing in Egypt. He mutters. Laugh lightly, leaning my head back into my bed. Jeff? Sorry. It's cool. No, it ain't! What the fuck? No, it ain't! I want to throw my phone. I got angry. I'm sorry if you guys are wondering what the heck's going on. I just got a blanket. Because I'm freezing. Even though it's summer. I'm sorry, I'm cold. I'm a cold person. Well, technically it's still spring, isn't it? Until June 21st. Yep. Still spring until June 21st. It ain't cool. It's cool. No, really, it's fine. I love you. I love you too. He yawns in the most adorable way and wraps his legs around my waist. His arms around my neck, and I chuckle, standing up. I lay down on my back, on my bed, and pulling the covers over us. Warm, he mutters. Closing his eyes, I smile, covering my eyes with one of my arms. I'm really happy to have him back. This time, I won't let him go. He's mine. He's only mine. And only... he's mine. My mine. And only my mine. Okay. None of this makes sense. XD. Yeah, true. But whatever, I'm not letting anyone else have him. And with that, I fell asleep. Yeah, I know it's been a while, and you all know why. Also, I've decided to make this the end. Mentally cries. I love writing this story, but I think it should end here. Before I add another idea that somehow ends up in my tiny little brain. Sorry. Oh, and also, any ideas for another story, I can do it greatly. And then she gives support. Thanks for the support of these main people. Lonely Puppet, That Ben Drowned, and Girls Rule 10. Thanks, guys. So, did you know that there's a bam motherfuckers? Hey, peeps. I've been thinking about how I just ended the story there for a while. Jeff's like, yeah, no shit, motherfucker. Yeah, says Ben. Seth. Well, I was thinking maybe we could make a book. A sequel. Jeff tackles you. Yes! Ben blinks. Sounds cool, man. Seth. So what do you readers think? Put it in the comments down below. Which they did make a sequel to this book. And I did cry. Today I got angry. Oh, it's out. Well, the teaser. Please don't kill me. Next chapter will be out soon. Now that it's over. Okay. We have finished book number 1 of, which is called How Did I Get Stuck with This Asshole? But the sequel we will start the next time I read, which is called This Asshole Stole My Heart. Which is, it's a B under BL and romance, and it's a yaoi. So we already know what, if it's not a shonen, it's a yaoi, it means it has sex in it. That's how I deduced it. Or if you ever actually read a shonen versus a BL. One has sex in it, one doesn't. Sadly, I was just like, wait a minute, what? And I'm sadly, some BLs are better than shonen sometimes. Some of them. But anyways, guys, before this turns out to be longer than 2 hours and 10 minutes, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. You were great today. Give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what you want to see next. If you have some suggestions, just comment down below. I do see them. I haven't been looking at my comments lately. That's why you're probably not getting a comment back, because I've been just all over the place, because this weekend I am having another graduation party. So I have to do a lot of things after I edit this. So yeah. And the thing with the collabs coming to a thing, and everything's just a mess. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Put on push notifications if you haven't yet. I love you so much. Bye-bye.